Konnichiwa minna. Hello everybody. In this video I want to talk about the Pokemon mechanics that have been around in the Pokemon TCG. Pokemon has been around for at least 15 years now, and there have been a lot of mechanics within those 15 years. So if you guys would like to see more of these types of videos from me, definitely subscribe down below. So let's get started. So I guess starting with the Wizards of the Coast. Not really much has changed as far as mechanic goes. It's basically just like evolving your Pokemon. Unless you're playing Haymaker, which basically you play Hitmonchan, you play Magmar, Pikachu, Scyther, Electabuzz, and then you play super energy removal and energy removal, which is basically like trainer cards. They're basically trainer cards. They are. There were no supporter cards back in the day, where basically you could just discard your opponent's energy without a coin flip, and you can also discard one energy from your board to discard 2 energy off your opponent's board, which is insane back in the day. Because like I said before, those were trainer cards because there was no supporter cards back in the day. And then we go into the e-reader sets. Basically nothing has changed except for crystals, but crystals were not really playable back in the time period. But they are very beautiful cards. And I will probably never get my hands on those because they are very expensive. But let's continue. And then we get to Diamond and Pearl, which Diamond and Pearl introduced level X cards, which are basically like evolution cards, which you can only evolve the active. And you can also use cards from previous evolutions as well. So I do love the level X mechanic. Garchomp GL level X was a very, very powerful card back in the day, back in Supreme Victors, with Luxray GL level X from Rising Rivals. You had Gardevoir level X from Secret Wonders, as well as the Hollow Gardevoir from Secret Wonders, which amazing cards. And then you have Dialga from Platinum, which basically shuts off Pokepowers and Pokebodies, because back in that time period, like abilities were separated into 2, Pokepowers and Pokebodies. And I think those are the only 2 powerful level X's. I think Gengar is also a really strong one as well from Arceus. But yeah. So then next we go to Heart Gold, Soul Silver era with Primes and Legends. Unfortunately, there were only 2 Legends that were playable back in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and that was Rayquaza and Deoxys from Undaunted, and I think Entei and Suicune from Unleashed. So those are the only 2 legends that were big. But primes, wow, there were a lot of strong primes back in the day, especially in Triumphant. You had Yanmega Prime, you had Magnezone Prime, Kingdra Prime, Donphan Prime, Typhlosion Prime. I think Pussy Prime was good in some decks. I know I'm missing some. Celebi Prime, Mew Prime. Yeah, a lot of really strong primes. I think I said Feraligatr Prime too. Yeah, and I think there might be more, but those are the ones that I can think of. So lots of primes, really strong primes back in the day. And then next we go to Black and White with the uppercase EX Pokemon, which is probably my least favorite format, but you know, that's just my opinion. But Mewtwo EX is definitely the big one from Next Destinies. That stands out to me with the Mewtwo Wars. You can counter your opponent's Mewtwo with your Mewtwo just with a DCE. Really strong card. Keldeo EX is another. Yeah, Keldeo EX is definitely another one with the Russian retreat. Um, Definitely Tornadus. Um, I think Kieran was also really, really strong. And also Aspex. Aspex, that's the one thing I did like about the black and white era, which is the Aspex. Computer search was definitely a big one. Scramble switch. Rock guard was used in some, but definitely the big one is computer search. So I do love the A-Spec cards, and I am so happy that A-Specs are going to be making a return. Not in Paldean Fates, but I think the second set that's coming out next year, like Temporal something, I can't remember. But A-Specs are making a return, and I am so excited about that. So that's the black and white era. Then we go into the X and Y era with Mega Evolutions, with the Spirit Links, which was so, so cool. That basically, if you had a Spirit Links, so typically with Mega Evolution Pokemon, once you Mega Evolve a Pokemon, it automatically ends your turn right then and there, unless you have a Spirit Link. Like if you have a Spirit Link, you could still do stuff during your turn after you Mega Evolve. So that was really, really cool. I know King Kong was also really, really strong. I really like Aromatisse. I don't think there was any big Mega Evolution Pokemon. The only one that I can think of is King Kong. But correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section once again. But yeah, Hex and Y era, not too special, but I do love Mega Evolutions. I wish they would have made, I wish they were more viable in the TCG, but it is what it is. X and Y. Is it Sun and Moon? I think it's Sun and Moon. Yeah, because that's when we get into like V's and Vmaxes, and then you know my opinion about V's and Vmaxes. I'm not a huge fan of them. Even with vstars, I'm not really the biggest fan of them. So yeah, they were just like you evolved them, and then they were really, really strong. And basically, if your opponent knocks out your Vmax, that's like half the game gone right there. So I'm really not a huge fan of like V and Vmaxes. But I know Turnidus was really strong back in the day. I really hated facing against that deck because it basically like stretches out your bench from like I think like 5 to 8, and then you can put all these dark Pokemon in there, and it hits really, really hard. I remember playing it on PTCGO back in that time period, and I hated facing against it. But yeah, and like in V-Stars didn't really help any either, to be honest. Like in my opinion, it really didn't help much with the V-Stars because Arceus is still very powerful. And like, does anybody remember the Inteleon engine? The one that allows you to search for trainers and stuff. The Inteleon, and then the other evolution that does the same thing, and then one that snipes on the bench. Yeah, fun times. And then now we're going back to lowercase EXs where you get to evolve your Pokemon and stuff like that. And I definitely gave my opinion about what I'm afraid of as far as like these lowercase EXs. I'll definitely leave a link in the description of this video if you want to check that video out about my opinion on that. But yeah, but right now I do enjoy the trading card game right now. A lot of fun. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think about this video down below. What are some of your favorite mechanics in the Pokemon TCG? Yeah. Let me know what you guys think. And if I'm missing any mechanics, like in this card game, please definitely let me know as well. So yeah, guys, I will see y'all next time.